Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Games Nathan Likes, and today I am going to be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now, based on what I know about this game, I heard it's supposedly a remaster of the Stanley Parable, a game in which I've played on my own time before I became active on my YouTube channel as a creator, and definitely one of my favorite games as listed in my bio, hence my name, Games Nathan Likes. And I've heard recently, at the time of filming this video, that months ago there was apparently a release of a remastered version of the Stanley Parable. Now I haven't seen much of it, other than a trailer or two, and based on what I've heard, it has the same choices as the original Stanley Parable, but also some new ones as well. I have never seen anyone play this remastered version of Stanley Parable before, and I am eager to give this a go for the first time, as a blind run. Although I anticipate most of it won't be blind, but I guess we'll see where this playthrough will take me. So, without any further ado, let's dive right on in to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Dad, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy this game as much as I anticipate that I will too. Now, let's begin. I like the subtitles, so English, confirm. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? I assume this is asking the original? Yes. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Alright. Please enter the current time. Hang on a sec, I need to get my phone, because this is full screen right now. At the time of filming this video, it is currently 2:20 a.m. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Title screen looks somewhat familiar. Looks a bit remastered, which is nice. Alright, let's double check the settings here before we start. Okay, I don't know what any of this means. Language, that's already been established. These defaults look alright. WASD. Oh, I can jump in this game? I remember you couldn't jump before. There was literally an achievement for you can't jump. I don't know what auto walk is, but I guess we'll find out once we start. Everything looks good. So now I proudly say, without any further ado, let's dive right on into the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Let's begin!
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 every day of every month of every year. and although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I still wonder exactly what those buttons do.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
I don't want to talk over
Something
him.
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hey, the clock's actually ticking. That's new. Right, let's walk around, I guess.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, I could press the E button to interact. And click. That's right, I saw this in the game settings. Wait, what's right-clicking do? Oh, if I hold down the right mouse button, that allows me to keep walking. No, I don't want that. I like my WASD. Alright, let's continue.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What to do? Can I go back?
Nope.
No. Where do I go? Well, this is a new playthrough, so for now, let's just follow the narrator and see where this goes.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Now I wonder, is there actually going to be a broom closet ending here? Now I'm curious.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Can I close this door so I can lock myself in? Oh, I can close the door.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Okay, this is all bringing back memories for me.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What?
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yep.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I'm curious if this is actually going to be a broom closet ending. That's why.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow...
Oh, I was just about to leave.
...branching path.
He's still
Maybe
talking.
when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say,
Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite.
I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid.
Hey!
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to... Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
No, I'm
He
not.
got to his broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical melody of some sort shut down your central nervous
No, I
system.
want to wait for him to
and
finish.
you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I gotta say, I like these new graphics. This is kind of cool.
Coming to a staircase,
Upstairs?
Stanley
Upstairs.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna follow the narrator this time, and if there's something new, I'm gonna explore it. But for now, I'm just gonna follow him. The executive bathroom any different? Nope, doesn't look like it. Extreme bathrooms, that's funny. Okay, can't go in there.
Stepping into his manager's office,
I wonder if the
Stanley
number
was
here
once
is gonna
again
be any
stunned
different.
to discover not an indication of any human life.
The pin gonna be different?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Oh, it's still the same.
But of course,
That's dissatisfying.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I was hoping the pin would be something different in this new version, but I guess not.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
What the hell?
By sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, wow. This is darker than I remember. Literally visually darker than I remember. Good job on these improved graphics.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Huh. There's an up and down button. Wait. Can I go back up? Let's see. Can I actually go back up from here?
Whoops. Nope.
What? What?
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office?
Or would it?
That's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I guess we'll find out. This is new. Huh. Let's back at the boss's office. Okay. Is there anything different here? Let's see.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Uh-huh.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator.
Yeah.
It's still just exactly what it is.
Alright.
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I can't go back. So what now? I guess there's only one way to proceed from here.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm loving this game. Can I do that again?
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Is there anything going to be
I can't even
different
begin
now?
to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
What if something is different? It could be. Still the same. Huh?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
What a shock.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No,
What?
wait!
What?
No! I need more time to process.
Again? Oh my gosh.
All right. I
Okay.
have fully come to terms with it.
Good.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Master Stanley. I wonder, what if I enter the same one again? Is it just going to close? Huh. Alright, let's just get the heck along with the game, shall we?
Of course. Going back down in the elevator.
Yeah.
How did I not anticipate it?
Nowhere
I
else
mean,
to go.
Sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
Wonder
I
why.
had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
One more.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation,
Huh?
Stanley.
What?
You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Okay, now I'm glad I went
There
back up
we
a
go.
third time.
Isn't this so much more exciting, yes, Stanley? It seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? We have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Yeah.
And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over.
Yeah.
Truly, I mean it.
Okay.
This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley.
Me too.
I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
What? Wait a second. This is not the boss's office. And I can't go back. Fun. Alright then, let's see what's up ahead.
The room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Okay. Nice posters. All right, let's keep going. Ooh.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
All right then.
All right, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Oh, fudge. Wait a second. I just realized. Stanley can't speak, can he? Oh boy, this will be interesting. Stanley can't speak, can he? I remember that from the other ending. Oh my, I'm famous now. Yay! Huh? Is this a dream? What? No. What? Is that one of the new endings? Oh, you can't... No. No. Darn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe he spoke off video. Maybe Stanley blacked out from the anticipation of speaking. I said I would follow the narrator on part 1 of this playthrough.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I said I would follow the narrator at the start of this playthrough. And if there's anything new, I'll explore
Yet
it.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Alright, let's enjoy the time. Okay, now that I'm nice and comfy, let's take our time and relax. Okay, relaxing time is over. Now let's get on with the story.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly
I
as
remember this
possible,
part.
he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Nice improved graphics for the open passageway. How it's dark for a second before the passageway opens. Okay, let's continue down the spooky corridor this time and not go back up. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again for real. Alright, let's continue.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
If there's anything new here along the way, I'll explore it, just like I did with the up and down the elevator. But for now, I just want to follow the narrator.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won!
Oh, it's
He had
rumbling.
defeated
That's
the
new.
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Or did he?
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
the outside
the
looks
only
nice.
thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Achievement unlocked. Get your first achievement. Fun. Well, I think that'll do for a good ending to part 1 of this playthrough. And on that note, I'm going to end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for push notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thank you very much for watching. This is Games Nathan Likes, signing off. Good night, everyone!